Alright, we got a new patch note. Hopefully it's good, but we will see. RuneScape. Interesting. These are interesting RuneScape skins. Are pretty funny. I've never really played RuneScape, so I don't really care, but they're cool. And it's just skins. I want to get to the good parts. What the fuck is this? That's like some Breath of the Wild crap. This is cool looking too. And then of course the beach skin. They always give the beach skin to the characters who have the biggest bodies. Which tends to always be women. But whatever. Okay. Let's go ranked. We reset to Diamond 1. Okay. That's it. Cool. What the fuck is this? Oh, is this the domination game mode? They're bringing that shit back? Okay. Don't really care about that. Time to kill. Okay. Starter. The goals? Whatever, I'm not worried about the goals. Let's just see what actually has changed. What the fuck is this? Balance changes type. What? This is awful. What is this? I don't care about this. Okay, there we go. Like, don't give me a fucking whatchamacallit. Just let me see everything. Decrease shield size by a little bit. Overall, not that much. Not that big of a deal. Sands of Time increase is good. I mean, Sands of Time is still a good item, but giving it 5 more damage, I guess, is okay. Just clear can't better, that's fine. Increase magical power, it's fine. Remove the protection, remove the health, but more lifestone at MP5. Interesting. That's interesting. I liked the way this was set up. I just feel like it had a problem with being able to keep up with the other two damage-wise in the early to mid game. But late game, it kind of did really good with the way the other ones were. But I guess they're just reshifting this. Increase the physical protections to 20. And is this all new? Plus power, plus lifesteal. Remove the health and add the MP5, so it gets MP5 now. Oh wait, Vampire Shroud was the one that takes your health when you use it, right? As sacrificial, makes you do like more damage. I'm assuming the passive's still the same since they didn't say anything on it. Increase the power of this one. This is just the more upgraded version of the Vampiric. 20. They got rid of the protections on this one completely, which this is so weird. Added health, added the lifesteal. I don't know, I'll have to see. It seems weird, but it's fine. Okay. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but who cares? This decrease is actually kind of crazy. You can get this online much faster. Agni buff. Starting at 100? That's kind of crazy. Ends at 320? When it was 290? He already has an ultimate, and they they buffed the ultimate damage? What are they doing? What the fuck are they doing to Agni? This character's about to go crazy. Okay. Honestly, something that they should have done years ago, Anubis with some fucking buffs. He needs more than just this, but this is fine. Especially towards the early game. Since it doesn't really matter mid to late game, because this will already be maxed. Unruly Magic. Base damage. Okay, this is fine because it's a small amount of damage increase, even though you buff the fuck out of this character. You can spam his abilities much faster, but that's besides the point. Yes? Oh, she opened the door? I got it, I'm coming. Alright. Okay. But overall, this change is decent. 10 damage. It could have been more. So it's further. Is this the range of the part in front? Or the fist? Probably the fist, because it's a deployable hand attack. So it's the fist. So it's going to just go a little farther. I guess that's okay. 5 units. It's not bad. And then the health increase of this by 20. It's not bad. These are decent mage buffs. The one part of Nuwa that's just weird. 2 seconds on this is fine because it can get off more often. I just don't really see that big of a benefit for this to come off as much. It's good so that way when you can span it a little bit more and combine it with your abilities. But I think this is fine. It's not going to change Nuwa really all that much. Both land and junk teams take extra damage. Alright, that's fine. Zeus buff. Zeusy. 10 more damage on chain lightning. Okay. And then 10 more damage on detonate charge. So just a small amount of damage increased on it. That's fine. It really does a fuck ton amount of damage. But this is fine. So definitely set him better into the early to mid game. Because you're maxing this out first and you're maxing this out probably second, maybe third if you're trying to do the 2 more. I think you're maxing the 2 out second now most of the time. But yeah, this is fine. The Morgan nerf. Let's see. 15. Wow, that's actually a big chunk. That's huge. And then just 10% scaling on top of that. So 10%, so Gods is not going to do that much. But to the minions, that kind of hurts. And decreased base initial bonus damage, and bonus God damage. I mean, that's fine. It's literally 5 damage. Who cares? That's huge. 100-second base. Oh my god. I mean, her ultimate is one of the best ultimates in the game. 100-second base at level 20. That's crazy. Titan's Bane. Nerf. A little more power increase. Not power, or gold increase, but a power, or nerf. Fine. It's still gonna get the same benefit, but just a little bit weaker. I still don't see that many people build this to begin with, so I don't know. Obshard, oh, it's the same thing. Obshard is super, super good. So nerfing Obshard kind of sucks. Especially because it's getting more expensive and a little bit weaker. I don't know, I feel like the magical version of this is always stronger than the physical version of this. But that's just me. Staff of Mirrodin. Just 20. Or just 5%. Not that much, honestly. So really not that noticeable. What the fuck? Why is this here? Why? Okay. Okay. 5 damage. Okay. Small, but fine. AMC nerf. Okay. That's huge for late game. Swarm only doing 210. Scaling up. See, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, that's huge. These are huge. This is a huge nerf to him. His damage output is crazy. Wow, 60%. So that means this will get to like 30 or like 28. It'd be like the high 20s instead of like 16 seconds. That's actually crazy. Honestly, Warding Sigil does not get used enough, so I actually like this ability, or this starter getting buffed, because it's not very strong, and it's fun. So this is fine. I'm trying to bring it back into like tankiness. Berserker Shield, a little bit more physical protection. The mitigation's up a bit. That's fine. This should bring it back into the meta. And for like the warriors or assassins that really want to use this in solo lane, will use this pretty well. Mystical buff. Mystical buff. Hercules, I feel like, is really powerful right now. Hercules does pretty well with this item. A lot of warriors do really well with this item. But we will see. Rune Shield power debuff. Decent. Just 10 more damage taken off, that's fine. I don't feel like that's that bad of an idea. Sledge buff. This is huge. This is huge. Oh, wow. Why? Wait. So the damage, that's fine. I actually like the damage buff. It's only 5 damage, but 5 damage on a tank is fine. This brings it back to how it was when it came out. It came out with 10. It's good. But this, leaving it is fine. That's just kind of odd. I don't know why they would do that, but okay. Thorns buff. Great. I like Thorns. I think Thorns is cool. I don't know what this means. Sure. I'm assuming that's the actual numbers to this. Just like put out. Yeah, that's what my thought is on that. Wow, the lifesteal debuff. 25 to 50. That's crazy. Hades nerf. I don't think Hades needed a nerf. And this is a very weird nerf. 2 damage. What? Is this backwards? This is technically a buff. This is how it actually was? Ain't no fucking way, right? That's so weird. So really, late game, he does more damage. Actually, not late game. You're buffing this first. So really, his early game will be a little weaker. And so you get to about here, which is like level 6. And then you're pretty much at the same, and then after that you're just stronger. Because this is pretty much the same as this, let's be honest. It's 1 fucking damage. And then you actually have, it's only 2 damage, but that 2 extra damage. Which is so weird, but okay. Gilgamesh buff, why? Now gains HP 5 while this ability is active. That is, I guess, a way for him to build sustain. I think that's going to be really obnoxious, especially because you're buffing this ability first sometimes, or most of the time. So he's going to be extremely tanky with, like, Shoguns and Berserker Shield. It's going to be very strong, as well as you're decreasing the dropkick. With all the other buffs that we've seen, this is pretty massive overall. With all the other buffs that we have seen this patch, this is... Gilgamesh meta is coming back, and he's going to be very strong, and this is crazy. We should have at least waited to see how the other things stood out and then buffed him, but because it's the end of the year, we're about to go into Worlds. We're not going to get probably another patch, maybe like 1 or 2 patches after this until Worlds, until the next season. So I don't know, Gilgamesh might run it for the rest of the year. Sun Wukong. So that's a buff. So 2 per level. That's pretty decent because then he's getting 40 instead of 40 instead of 20. Honestly, that's good because you get the power. It's shifter shield. So when you're under half, you get the protection, and when you're above half, you get the power. So no buff in the power, but a buff in the tankiness. Weird change, but decent. I don't think he really needed it though. Master's Will attack speed slow from 2 to 3. Good thing they're not buffing his damage, because his damage definitely does not need to be buffed. But this attack speed slow was really good, especially because what's about to happen. Sun Wukong's probably going to be that one one soul laner, that one warrior who will be able to fit in this meta that's ability based, specifically because of this and the way they're changing this. I just feel like it's weird. They're buffing all these attack things, the attack speed based stuff, or not even that, but like for like the warriors who want to kind of build that way, and especially Gilgamesh, which Gilgamesh can work both ways, but he's kind of better if you kind of hybrid him. But this is fine. Support buffs. This is under support buffs. I mean, I guess because supports normally get this, but solo laners get this. Sometimes even like jungles get this. But okay. Healing debuff. I think this is good because this one is kind of like the bad one. I think this shit just sucks to begin with. So if you're above half health, you get the base move, you get 15% power. When you're above half, then when you're below, you get the movement speed. It's fine. See, I thought that's how it did. That's not how it's worded. When you look at it in the game and you read it, it's not read like that. Even though I knew that's how it worked. It's not read like that. The description is not right. Or at least in one particular game that I played and I read it, it was not like that. Okay, Avatar. A little bit stronger. That's actually a buff. I like this one because meditation kind of sucks. It's good in the early game, and then the late game it tends to fall off. The healing one helps quite a bit, but this one was good, and then it kind of fell off. This one's actually just now better because it's a little bit stronger, and it still has that knockup. What it should do is it should knock up once at the beginning, and then the last tick should also be another knockup, but like a weaker knockup, like a little bump, like an interruption type thing. Increase the duration by a 0.5 of a second. Fine. These are support buffs? Bro. Jungles by Blink. Probably more than anybody. What? Okay. I guess they're probably just saying supporting the team, I guess. I don't know. I'm thinking of it in the role-based. Curse, or horrific. Threshold, decreased it. Okay. I don't see anyone build this, so I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much is gonna help. I've literally never seen anyone build this fucking item. So I don't really care. This might be better or it might not be, I don't know. Increased by 5%, this is not bad. And this is also 5%. They're the same. Sprout is insane though. They need to change the name to Sprout, not Entangling Wings. Change it to Sprout. It's just better. It's just more fun. Sundering Siphon? Which one's this? Increase the duration from 4 to 3. It's a buff, but they decrease the duration. But increase the damage per tick. This is the one that ticks. This is the one that creates the link. And then like ticks over time, so it does a little bit more damage. And it takes it faster. Okay, I see. So it's not as long. Okay, yeah, this is a decent buff. I haven't really used this myself, so I don't really know how it's going to work, and I haven't really got hit with it, so I don't know how it's really going to affect. It'll probably just be the same. Decreased cost for Spirit Rope. Fine. Gauntlet of Thieves, the stacks is 5 more, so you get 5 more each. This is fine. Makes people a little bit more tankier. Okay. Sylvanas buff? Syl Sylvanas buff? This ability now, 1 CDR at level 15 instead of 17. What the fuck, dude? Like, Sylvanas is good. And then 1 second off the 1. These are good. This is good, but not good because Sylvanas is already good. I don't know why they're buffing Sylvanas. Okay. Zing Shin, decrease cooldown. This has a long cooldown. I don't mind this. I don't mind this. I think Zing Shin's pretty good. I think it's one of the better supports in the game with how bloated his kit is. But this ability was very fucking long for no reason. It's a good ability though. So, but that shit was long as hell. 2 seconds is great, especially in the early game. Gilded Arrow. Now this item sucks right now, so I would like to see how good this gets, or how much it gets better. Increased attack speed buff by 5%, fine. And then increased mana, you get 10 more. It's good. It's decent. Might bring it back in, but we will see on more of the hunter buffs. Damage to arrow, it's the same one. Same thing, just the 5%. This item stinks. 5 damage, 10 damage, 5 more attack speed. This item still stinks, probably. Okay, Chronos in the Hunter buff. This whole layout is really bad. I don't like this. Increase attack speed. That's actually huge. Holy shit. It's just early game, at least, until you max it. Then it's the same at the end, which is probably the best, and that's really good. And they increased the section 3 of his ultimate. Instead of 25 power, it's 35, and that's the 3rd section. That's crazy. I mean, people mainly use the 4th section for the damage, right? Yeah, because it's heal, then mana, and then like small amount of damage, then like a large amount of damage. Yeah, so this is huge. Short time, stop time. This is the 1, right? No, the 3? This is the 3. This is the 3. So that's fine. I think this is decent damage. His actual like mage damage is gonna be a little bit better. So you can actually use him in mid lane, I feel like, and not get punished. But maybe bring him back in ADC, but we'll see. Donzo Burrow, he is a little weak right now, so let's see. Physical power. That's fine. That's actually huge. I don't know, how much can he get? How many stacks can he get with this? 4? 4 stacks? I didn't know you can get 4 stacks from that. That's a huge buff. I never really paid attention on how many stacks he has. That's pretty decent. It's gonna bring him, and this is, I forget how exactly his passive works, but 26 more power is pretty good. And then his 1 by 15 each rank. By 15 each rank is pretty strong. It'll allow him to kind of clear wave a little more safely, or clear it faster, and then even camps and stuff like that. He should be able to clear camps pretty fucking fast with this. And then his team fight should be good as well. Hachiman, this is a character that does need a buff. They just need to rework his 1, but 10 more scaling is fine. But this whole ability just needs to be reworked. The rest of his kit is fine. This ability just is boring and it sucks. And then the 2 is 6 at all ranks. Okay, that's fine. Just an ability when Ishtar, additional movement frames when again we got his hit with Jolt. I guess it was some type of bug where she was getting hit when she shouldn't have. Assassin buffs. Decreased cost and the increased life steal. This item is really good and they're making it better, but but you have to use this a specific way. This is fine. I don't think it's going to do much, though. Okay, general underperformers, and I see fucking Claudna. Okay. Are the devs playing the same game? Like, Alright. Dot. Damage increased. 25. Fine. 5 damage, it's okay. And power and scaling of... I don't remember what ability this is. I think this is the 2. And then this is just by 10%, so not bad. Out of all the assassins that you want to sit there and be like underperformers, and you don't put Serket on this list, you don't put Camazotz. I mean, Camazotz is pretty good in solo right now, so that's besides the point. Actually, but get rid of that. Camazotz is fine. But you don't put Serket. Who else is up there? You don't put Serket. You don't put... Well, let me see assassins. Is there a way to look for assassins? No? Rolls. Okay, here we go. Assassins. Fucking... You put Claudna on this list. I didn't need it. You put Bastet, which Bastet is good. Fucking Serket is pretty cheeks right now, which is somewhere down here. Serket. Set is decent. Nemesis is kind of being meh right now. I think most of these assassins are pretty solid. Unbaz is kind of underperforming, is what I've noticed too. But overall, like, Claudna? I think Bakasora is underperforming too. Bakasora and Arachne. These characters suck. The only reason you guys get away with playing them is because no one knows how to go against them. But, yeah, this character's bad, this character's bad, this character's fucking atrocious. This character is the worst assassin in the game, period. And the rest are fine. She can maybe need a little bit help. Maybe needs a little bit help, but that's crazy. But either way, that is the patch notes. It seems fine. I don't think it's gonna stir up that much of a difference. I mean, we will see. I do think that the mage meta and the solo meta might change a bit, but the hunters, the assassins, they're pretty much gonna stay the same. So like the mage role, like mid might change a bit, and solo probably will change a bit, and everything else is pretty much probably gonna stay the same. So yeah, that's about it.